brutal and tragic killing in my district of an 11-year-old boy who died trying to protect his mother when her abuser was released by PRB, by the Prisoner Review Board, and he went directly to her home and attempted to kill her. When she learned that he was facing this hearing, she filed for an order of protection. But because her abuser was incarcerated, it wasn't an emergency, so she was not able to get an emergency order of protection. The judge rightly set it for a hearing. When the attacker's revocation hearing began, the PRB board member was unaware that there was a pending hearing for his order of protection, and there was no opportunity for the victim to present any testimony. What we are doing is making sure that board members complete appropriate training on gender-based violence so that they have an understanding of the impact of those issues. Requires the board to notify any registered victims of a crime when the offender of such crime is being released from state custody. Requires that the PRB actually check prior to the beginning of a hearing to see if there are any outstanding issues in leads. The reality of these hearings is that very often the report to prepare for the hearing is completed days or weeks prior to the actual hearing. So this just requires that they take a look and make sure they're not missing anything and that the report is fully up to date. So we want the task force to look at not just the size of the PRB, but also what the qualifications are for folks. Are we recruiting all of the right folks to be on the PRB? Are we structuring their work in such a way that it is possible to get enough qualified people to do the work? The task force will dig deeper into those sorts of issues and come back with recommendations.
Say that we were not opposed to the bill, we were opposed to aspects of the bill. And remember that we did actually over the last couple of days issue an executive order to do exactly what I said we were going to do. And so how the processes of the House, especially late at night, early in the morning, unknown to me, but I can tell you that there are aspects of that bill that are fine, and some aspects of it, frankly, that are just unacceptable. It's not about transparency, to be honest with you. It's about what's actually possible, what's doable, and also funding. There was no funding for any of the things that they suggested that we should do. So, as to what the process in the House was, I can't tell you.